Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, let me just make this a bit bigger, is we're going to add an area for people to type in their username and their password. That's simple. So we need to make a new section under here, and we're going to call it login container. So watch what I'm going to do again. Underneath this welcome container, I'm going to make a new section called div class, this time login container, and close it like that. So in here, it's going to be our section for logging in. And what we're going to do is we're going to make what's called a form. So look, when I go to any website, let's say, let's go to, I'm just trying to think of a website where I need to register on. Let's do ebay.com. And I go to register or sign in. This is called a form, what we see right here. That is what we're going to make, something which looks like this. So the first thing we're going to do is make a form. I'm going to call it login form. So I'm giving it an ID called login form. If we've got a beginning of our form, we also need an end, a slash form. So this is where we're going to do our logging in. I'm then going to do our fields. What do I mean by fields? This is a field. This is for email address or username. So it's called a field, and this is what we're going to make right now. A field called, we'll use email. So input type, email. We're going to give an ID called email. And we're going to do what we call placeholder equals email, or enter email. So now if I go back to this, there we go. So let me show you what we've done. We've made this input type so we can type in it. I've given it an ID called email, so our computer knows it's email. This placeholder is like instructions. Yo, enter email now. So if I hit refresh, that's the instruction for this one. I'm then going to do the same for password. Input type equals password. I'm going to give an ID called password. I'm then going to do placeholder, enter password. So if I refresh, we've got email and we've got password. Straight away, it hides the password from people. That is because we've said input type equals speech marks password. If I change this to input type equals text instead, and I hit save, and I refresh, and I type my password, that's what it will look like. That's bad because other people might be looking over my shoulder and seeing what I'm typing. So I'm going to make the input type a password, just like that. And the final thing we're going to do, I'll just zoom down a bit, is I'm going to make a button. Button type equals submit. Close bracket. I'm going to type in a message saying login and close the button. So you notice inputs, you don't need to close them like we do with everything else. Close that, close that. Close means finish, remember. We don't need to do that, but for buttons we do. So if I hit refresh, and there we go. Obviously, we're going to need to style this now. I'll do that on the next video where we're going to make it look way better than it currently does.